Hi everyone, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and we are doing an unboxing. And we are unboxing the Zombie Tarot. And you'd think I would have owned this deck by now, and I don't own this one, or I think it's the Housewives Tarot. I just, for the longest time, I was like, I didn't want something too themey or kitschy. And so I was a little worried about that. And I hemmed and hawed and thought about it, went back and forth over like the years or whatever, because I was like, I love the box. Do I really need that? Am I going to use that in readings for others? Is this something that really needs to be my collection? Well, when I started to answer those questions, it was yes. I actually adore zombies. I have loved zombie life my whole life. Since I was like 4 years old, I was watching like the black and white Night of the Living Dead, and I've just been about that zombie life forever. So it makes sense that it combines my two biggest passions, I mean, in pop culture, so to speak. I mean, tarot is my spirituality too, but in terms of pop culture, zombie and tarot, for me, is, I would think, a match made in heaven, but we'll see. We'll see. And it wasn't that much of a monetary investment on Amazon, so I was like, I've been thinking about it. I've been actually catching up on a lot of my Walking Dead. I've been a little behind on my television watching. So this actually, or the show, watching the show, The Walking Dead and Fear of the Walking Dead, got me all into thinking about getting this deck. So here is the guidebook. I love it. And I watched like a gang of videos way back in the day on this deck. I watched a gang of them this time. And you know what was helpful for me was just watching Dark Stars flip through of the entire deck. I just love sometimes just a simple video just showing me the cards. I mean, clearly I could probably do that for you guys from time to time, but it's not how I roll in terms of how I film. But sometimes when I just need some answers, it's nice to be able to go to like Dark Stars YouTube channel. Look at that. Isn't that cute? And see what deck she's got in her collection. Yeah, 2012 is when this deck, I think, was made. Okay. Yeah, the Zombie Tarot, your weapon of choice. Conducting a reading. The beginner, the broken heart, the gravestone, the eyeball, the severed head. Those must be spreads. The major arcana, the minor arcana. Super duper cute. Oh, look, it's got coupons in the back. It's so adorable. So I was like, most of the time when I'm getting decks, it is because I want to work with that particular deck in the future in some capacity or another, whether it's doing my YouTube videos, like doing readings for you, my, folks who watch me for my readings, or for me, just for my eyes. So I worried and fretted if this was a deck that was going to be a little too grotesque to use. And even for me, someone who has embraced that, I hate when I have a tag out, embraced the life of zombies. Here is the full card. And let's look at the back. I finally have a little collection of decks that would be great to use around Halloween time. Didn't really have that before, and now I do. And let's just check out this box for a moment. For such an inexpensive deck, it actually has some cool things about it. Let's see, the box is cool. I love the box of bullets. It's like, it's kind of got that little felty stuff going on. So it's a cool box. I actually really like it. I love the book. I'm loving the old school kitschy style of it. I didn't want the Housewives one. The Housewives one I may eventually get, but I wasn't really called to that one. Like I've always been called to this one. I always went back and forth on whether or not I wanted to get this deck. Here's the High Priestess. But with the Housewives one, no, I don't think I've ever really seriously considered getting it. Here's the Empress. So I'm going to take some moments to just look at it. I really love the High Priestess. I just have a feeling I'm going to use this deck quite a bit. Here's the Emperor. I think this is a wonderful depiction of the Emperor. Hold on, I dropped a card. I love the Hierophant. And it's like a magazine, how the card is. So if you look here, it says, like, issue number 5. If you look closely, you probably can't. I'm probably not able to get very close. Major Arcana. And the television, right? I mean, that is an appropriate depiction for the Hierophant. Here's the Lovers. She got his heart. I like that. Yeah. I am glad I got this deck so far. So far, I'm really, really pleased. You know, it's so funny. Like, I thought I had combed through Amazon and gotten this, the Chariot. So cool. I thought I had combed through and got every possible tarot deck I could possibly need or want. And the truth is, I have. I think all the mass-produced decks that I really, really want, I have. I went to a, oh, I didn't bring it. I might have to put it in my favorites video. I went to like a little metaphysical shop today, and they had, I could see that they had stocked up their tarot decks. And I looked at all the tarot decks and I was like, not a one. I was excited about coming home because I knew this was delivered to see this deck. This deck wasn't at the little shop that I went to. This is the Hermit. Oh, I like the Hermit. So I love that now I've gotten to a place where I'm like, no, I'm not really called to any other decks. I think what I have is what I have. And I have, like I said, I've said in a couple of videos, here's the Strength card. I have some decks on pre-order that I'm waiting for. It's a very thick card stock, by the way. It's kind of thick. I wonder how it's going to shuffle. It's the Hanged Man. So I don't know. Well, no, I do know. I'm very pleased. This is Death. I really like this Death card. I'm very pleased that I'm like satisfied with what I have, and knowing that what's coming, what I have pre-ordered, is it's gonna really be something worth waiting for. So let's talk about this Death card for a moment, though. Some of the things, like when I'm thinking about the Death card, we think about transformation, and we think about something ending and something beginning, and I like that the Death card is part healthy man. I mean, well, he's not really healthy. He's got bandages or whatnot, and then part zombie. Interesting. It has like a little instructions on the virus and on the disease. Oh, this is cool. It says nearly all cases result from bites. They can transmit the disease before they show symptoms of it. Number 1, if the symptoms have begun to appear, all treatment is useless to save life, but the patient should be in a hospital where he can be restrained during the stage of spasms and mania, and where his suffering can be lessened by means of narcotics. Number 2, if a person is bitten, the bite should immediately be reported to the health department as soon as possible. Number 3, if the person cannot be confined or observed, the person bitten should be destroyed unless the circumstances of the bite were such as to remove all suspicion that they might be infected. And at the bottom it has here, the disease is 100% fatal. Oh yes, I cannot believe I have some decks like that. I should do a video on that. I think I did do a video. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I will do a video in the future where it's like, I can't believe that I hemmed and hawed all these years and it turned out, and it was super cheap, and it turned out I could have had this deck a long time ago and been getting along dandy with this deck. Here's Temperance. And instead, I've been missing out. I love the Devil card. This would have been great for my card by card of the Devil, because if you've ever had a smoking addiction, yeah, total Devil energy right here. And if you can remember, and I'm dating myself, if you can remember buying a pack of cigarettes out of a vending machine, I mean, I've been known. I actually was a young smoker. I don't smoke anymore. I haven't smoked cigarettes in a long time. Only in probably severe times of stress would I bust out a cigarette. But I was 15 when I was smoking cigarettes. And so I was young, peaked early. The Tower. And so yeah. I remember buying cigarettes out of vending machines, especially when we would go to, from California, that's where I'm from, to Nevada. We go to either Vegas or Reno, mainly because of where I live. I live in Northern California, so it's easier to get to. Look at the moon. Oh, I love the moon. Hold on, let's back up. I'm not even taking these cards in. I went to, we go to Reno, Tahoe, or Vegas. And in Vegas, it was just a lot easier, or not Vegas, just Nevada, it's a lot easier to get cigarettes. I was smoking cigarettes during a time where you could smoke inside buildings, to now you can't even be 20 feet or, even outside the entrance or exit of a building. So to see it transform is crazy. And to know that at one point, I could easily go to a vending machine in places like in California. You probably still could. I don't really frequent places anymore that would have a vending machine. So here's the Star card. Now I can see why they would say this gives you hope, because you're like, okay, the military is on it. I've got some hope here. Things might just be turning around. And then the Tower card. Oh yeah, like this. If you look closely, you can see the zombies milling into the room here. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy this. Because it's, it's still Rider-Waite Smith based. But it's so much fun. This deck is fun. I might even could use it in readings for others. It's not as scary as I thought it was going to be. The Sun. I like the Sun. It's definitely giving me zombie movie vibes. So yeah, the whole cigarette thing is funny. And I remember being weird. Even though I was a cigarette smoker, I had this thing where I was like, I didn't like eating my food in the cigarette smoking section. The smoking section, we won't call it the cigarette smoking section. The smoking section, I hated it. I was like, it tastes like ash. And I'm like, but I smoke cigarettes. What is that about? But I always like going outside, and having a good cigarette after a meal. That was my thing. Judgment. I'm also remembering Devil cards reminding me how influential that Devil card is. The World card. I love it. Who would have thought I would like this deck so much? But of course, my mom probably would know, because because she knows how much I love zombies. The world is on fire and they're in a bunker. They're all right. They're doing all right. Here's Ace of Cups. I'll move a little more quickly through the cards. Two of Cups, which I like. Having a meal, breaking bread with the zombie. Having a moment. Oh, Three of Cups. I think this would be Two of Cups, huh? This is Three of Cups. I like that though. Four of Cups. Yeah, I like Five of Cups a lot. It's one of the reasons why I got it. The little boy is like new life and what she could be focused on. Like, get your child up, girl, and go. But instead, she's focused on the, on who, she's mourning here and focused on the dead people instead of the life that she has right there in front of her. She could collect herself and get up and go. Will she? I don't know. Here's Six of Cups, super cute. Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups. Now, when I think back to the Night of the Living Dead, I do recall there being a black man in that movie. I recall there being like, oh, there's a black man in that movie. I remember like, oh, that's cool. And so I'm hoping that there might be, I thought there was someone, like a person or two of color, but it may not be. And it may be just a tad disappointing. Not that this time, like, because I get it, this is like, it's, what do you call it? Well, it's certainly a theme deck, Page of Cups, but the time period thing, you know how I talk about that. So it would be nice if they would have a little bit of diversity, kind of make it a little more inclusive and more fun, but I also still enjoy this deck, Knight of Cups. I thought I saw, when I saw the flip through, that I saw some diversity, but I could be wrong. Queen of Cups. I think the High Priestess also was something different. I'll have to look again. King of Cups. Ace of Wands. Two of Wands. Three of Wands. The three zombies working together to get into the party. Oh, they made it. Four of Wands. Five of Wands. But this is cool. I like the style. I do really like this deck. The undead are victorious. Military retreats and all recovered missions are abandoned. It's official. Residents flee for tiny chance of survival. No hope, you're on your own. The undead take possession of all major U.S. cities. That is the Six of Wands. Seven of Wands. That's what would kind of like be a little down. Like if I had to have a critique of this deck, it would be you probably, oh wait, oh, do I see a person of color back there, or is it just a zombie? The little girl, right there. I have to look at that a little closely. Ten of Wands. I can see that as a good Ten of Wands. Page of Wands. A baby as the Page of Wands is cool. Knight of Wands. Queen of Wands. Cool. King of Wands. Ace of Swords. Two of Swords. Three of Swords. I like that. Four of Swords. Five of Swords. Oh, I see some people of color. Six of Swords. Look. Okay. It's alright with me. Seven of Swords. Could it be more? Sure, but I'm kind of looking forward to using this deck. And it's not even near Halloween, by the way. Nine of Swords. It's totally random. It's only because I was like immersed in like zombie culture. Ten of Swords. As I'm editing videos, I am also lusting after the zombie deck. And that's because there is like The Walking Dead playing as I'm editing. Knight of Swords. Yeah. Oh, I love the Queen of Swords. It's one of the reasons why I got it. Look at the foot right here. Oh, she don't play. King of Swords. Ace of Hazards, which I believe is the Pentacles. Two of Hazards. Three of Hazards. They're training the zombie? Is that what's going on? Four of Hazards. Oh, he's hoarding. Look, what's happening here? Oh, yeah. He's like, oh my gosh, you guys. He's like this. La, 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 la. And then there's people trying to get in. He's got all these like resources. Let me see. It's like not focusing. Oh my God, I love that. Five of Hazards. Oh my God. I have been sleeping on the segment. Please, you guys, share with me. Do you own this deck? Do you use it? What, if you don't have it, what's keeping you from getting it? And if it's just because you're not into zombies, I totally get that. But, I mean, if you are into zombies and you still didn't get it, I'm curious to know that too. Six of Hazards. It's kind of funny. This is Seven of Hazards. It's kind of funny. Eight of Hazards. I wonder if it has a sense of humor. I think I might do a deck interview of this deck, so stay tuned, guys, for that. Nine of Hazards. I think I am. I want to know how to maximize using this deck. 10 of Hazards. So cool. Wow. They got the zombies in check. Things have really turned around for everyone in this world. Page of Hazards. I love the colors too. I am really impressed with this deck. Knight of Hazards. Queen of Hazards. And King of Hazards. Wow. Just wow. And I'm just going to take a look at the guidebook here just to see a couple of meanings. It says the devil, temptation, excess, self-destruction. In a world turned upside down, no one will blame you for indulging in a couple of vices. See? It's just, I love it. It says, in fact, that's exactly what the devil wants you to do. Why bother to restore law and order when you can unwind with a few smokes? Why rescue children from orphanages when it's easier to kick back with a pint of whiskey? The answers to both questions is the same, because you're better than that. And the key words for the devil is temptation, excess, and self-destruction. I like that. I think, honestly, I think that if you are new to tarot, yeah, you probably still want to have maybe a good old-fashioned Rider-Waite-Smith deck around. But after that, you might want to check this one out because the guidebook is pretty decent. Let me see what the minor arcana means. Similar meaning with the keywords. Yeah, I think this will be a good learning deck. I like that it's standard tarot size. I like the backs. It's not reversible, but I don't need decks to have backs, reversible backs. It's definitely thick cardstock, but it riffle shuffles okay. And that just means that it's going to last a while. So in terms of value for this deck, like what I paid was like, I think $11 US. It's really cheap. And I've spent already a penny on tarot decks, like on one deck. And I'm like, it's kind of nice to sometimes just have a deck where it's like, yeah, I think I'm going to get this deck. And it's not the end of the world that I'm getting it. It's $11. And now I have it in my collection. So now when people are like, oh, what's in your collection? Well, here, let me show you something that combines some of my love. Yeah. The Pentacles I sense, or I see, is about getting back into that law and order grind. Finally kind of mastering the situation that has been put upon the world with the zombie apocalypse, the epidemic, or what do you, pandemic, what do you call it? So now things are starting to come around in the Pentacles suit to the point where they're docile, and they're not the ones attacking anymore. They're actually kind of, what's the word? They're docile and domesticated. So yeah, Queen of Wands. So that's that, you all. I'm not going to do a reading with it because I think I'm going to do a deck interview sometime soon of this deck. And so we'll do a little reading of it then. So be sure to come back for that. I'm so excited about this deck. I really am. It's been a while. I've curtailed a lot of my deck shopping. You won't be able to tell that because I've been doing unboxing videos. Like, when I say curtail, I'm down to like maybe a deck every other month, and it could be primarily Oracle that I'm getting now versus tarot. I don't really buy a lot of tarot. Oh, let me back up. I'm looking at the Dream Keepers Tarot and the 78 Tarot Mythical. Those were kind of recent, but before that, not much. So, I like the Zombie Tarot. I'm glad it's in my collection. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching, guys. Much love.